Imagine holding a single penny in your hand, one that could completely change your life. Yes, I'm talking about a humble 1949 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and believe it or not, some of these coins have sold for as much as $4 million. $4 million, from a single penny. Think that sounds impossible? Stick with me because you're about to discover why this unassuming coin could be your golden ticket. Let's start with a question. How often do you really look at your pennies? Most people don't give them a second thought. But here's the catch, that's exactly what makes this story so fascinating. This little coin, overlooked and underestimated, could be sitting in your collection right now, hiding in plain sight. Imagine tossing away a fortune just because it didn't look valuable. Scary, isn't it? But what makes this 1949 no-mint mark penny so special? To understand, we need to dig into its backstory. Picture this, it's 1949. The war is over, America's economy is booming, and the US Mint is cranking out coins at full steam. Most of the pennies minted that year came with a little D or S mark, indicating Denver or San Francisco production. But a select few, and I mean a very select few, were minted in Philadelphia without any mint mark at all. These coins, thanks to their rarity and unique features, are now some of the most sought-after pennies in the world. Here's where it gets exciting. Certain 1949 no-mint mark pennies possess errors or peculiarities that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, or even unusual wear patterns can multiply their worth exponentially. And when I say valuable, I'm talking about auction records breaking into the millions. Pause for a second. Have you checked your spare change drawer yet? If not, you'll want to, and soon. Because here's the twist, the market for rare coins is red hot right now. Every year, collectors and investors are paying higher and higher prices for unique finds like this. It's a seller's market, and the demand for a 1949 no-mint mark penny in pristine condition has never been stronger. Speaking of condition, let's talk grading. You might be thinking, well, I've got a bunch of old pennies, but they're probably too worn out to be worth anything. Not so fast. Coin grading, the process of determining a coin's condition and value, can make all the difference. Even a penny with a little wear and tear could still fetch thousands. On the flip side, one in mint state condition. That's where the real magic happens. Imagine sending off a coin for grading and finding out it's worth enough to retire comfortably. Exciting, isn't it? But here's a question for you. If you found such a coin, would you even know what to do with it? The truth is, many people don't. They either sell too quickly, getting a fraction of its value, or they hold on to it, not knowing how to capitalize on its worth. That's why knowledge is power, and why you need to stay tuned to the end of this video for actionable steps to maximize your profit. Now, let's inject a little humor to reset the energy here. Imagine calling up a coin dealer and saying, "Hey, I've got a 1949 penny. How much will you give me?" And the dealer replies, "Oh, about 1 cent. Don't be that person. Knowing what you're holding is half the battle. Here's the real kicker. Even if you don't have a 1949 no-mint mark penny, other rare coins might be hiding in your collection. The world of numismatics is vast, and opportunities abound for those willing to learn. But, if you do happen to have this specific penny, the clock is ticking. The market could shift, and opportunities like this don't last forever. So, what's next? First, grab a magnifying glass and start inspecting your collection. Look for that all-important no mint mark on your 1949 pennies. Pay attention to details like doubling on the date or unusual wear patterns. Second, consider getting your coin professionally graded. This step could make the difference between selling for a few $100s or a few million. And finally, if you're serious about turning your passion for coins into real wealth, subscribe to this channel. We're here to guide you every step of the way, from identifying valuable finds to understanding the nuances of the coin market. As we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought, that penny you've been ignoring in your junk drawer. It could be your ticket to financial freedom. The question is, will you take the first step and look? Or will you let the opportunity slip away? The choice is yours. A humble penny, easily overlooked, sitting in your jar of loose change. But what if I told you that one of these pennies could change your life forever? The 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might just be your golden ticket, or should I say copper ticket, to unimaginable wealth, with one recently valued at an astonishing $3.8 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny. Don't believe it? Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot one and why it's worth a fortune. Let's take a step back to understand why this penny is so special. In 1972, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced billions of Lincoln pennies, but something remarkable happened. A small batch of these coins left the mint with a rare and valuable error. Unlike most pennies, these had no mint mark, and some feature a dramatic doubling of the letters and numbers on the coin, known as a double die. These mistakes were caught and corrected quickly, but not before a few slipped into circulation, turning them into sought-after treasures for collectors. But here's the twist: not all 1972 no-mint mark pennies are created equal. The difference between a regular penny and a life-changing one could be as small as a microscopic detail. I'll reveal exactly what to look for in just a moment. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. If you're holding a 1972 Lincoln penny, here's what you need to do. First, check the front of the coin under a magnifying glass. Look closely at the lettering, especially the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year, 1972. If you see a doubling effect, like a shadow or an outline on the letters, congratulations, you might be holding a double die penny. But wait, don't get too excited just yet. Even among double die pennies, condition is everything. The closer to mint condition your penny is, the higher its value. Coins with no scratches, stains, or discoloration fetch the highest prices. One in pristine condition was recently auctioned for $3.8 million. Imagine turning a dusty coin jar into a windfall that could fund your dream lifestyle. And before you run to your piggy bank, let me ask, when was the last time you actually checked the dates on your pennies? Seriously, we're all guilty of treating them like pocket clutter. But what if your clutter is secretly a jackpot? Of course, finding a rare penny is just the beginning. Selling it for top dollar is a whole other ball game. So, what's the best way to cash in on your discovery without getting scammed? We'll cover that next. You found the penny, confirmed its rarity, and now it's time to cash in. To sell a rare coin like this, your first step is getting it professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. This authentication process proves your penny's value and condition, making it more attractive to serious buyers. Next, you'll want to connect with trusted coin dealers or auction houses specializing in rare coins. Avoid online marketplaces unless you're working with verified buyers. Scams are rampant. Auctions, both online and in person, often yield the highest returns, especially for coins as rare as the 1972 double die penny. Think about what $3.8 million could mean for you. A new home, early retirement, financial freedom. That's the kind of life-changing power hiding in plain sight, right in your pocket. But here's the kicker: the 1972 penny is just one of many rare coins circulating today. Who knows what other treasures might be waiting for you to discover? In my next video, we'll uncover more hidden gems in your spare change that could be worth a fortune. 1978 Lincoln penny, only to discover it could be worth $3.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. That tiny coin could change your life forever. But how do you know if you have it? And why is it worth so much? Stick around, because in this video, I'm going to reveal everything you need to know about the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny and how to identify if you're holding a life-changing treasure. It's 1978, and millions of pennies are rolling off the presses at the U.S. Mint. Most of these coins bear a small mint mark, indicating where they were made: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But occasionally, something extraordinary happens: a coin is struck without a mint mark. These coins are extremely rare, and their rarity is what makes them so valuable. Now, here's the twist. While most 1978 pennies are worth just a cent, the ones without a mint mark have become highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. The most pristine of these coins have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auction, with the record-breaking sale hitting $3.6 million. That's enough to retire comfortably, pay off your debts, or live the life you've always dreamed of. Quick question to keep you on your toes: have you ever actually checked the mint marks on your coins? If not, you'll definitely want to start after this video. So, what exactly makes the 1978 no mint mark penny so valuable? It's all about rarity and condition. Only a handful of these coins exist, and collectors are willing to pay a fortune to own one. But here's where it gets exciting: these coins often go unnoticed. People spend them, save them in jars, or even lose them in couch cushions, completely unaware of their worth. Now, let's talk about how to identify this treasure. First, grab your pennies and look closely under Lincoln's portrait. If there's no mint mark, you might be onto something big. But wait, before you get too excited, you'll need to examine the coin's condition. Is it shiny, crisp, and free of scratches? The better the condition, the higher its value. Here's a funny thought: can you imagine paying for a coffee with a penny worth millions? The barista would hand you your change, and you'd unknowingly walk away from a fortune. Don't let that happen to you. By now, you're probably wondering, what's the next step if you find one of these rare pennies? Don't worry, I've got you covered. If you think you found a 1978 no mint mark penny, the first thing you should do is get it authenticated. Reach out to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll evaluate your coin's authenticity and condition, giving you a clearer idea of its value. Next, decide how you want to sell it. You could auction it through a reputable coin auction house, where collectors will bid for the chance to own your rare find. Alternatively, you might choose to sell it privately to a trusted buyer. Either way, make sure you get expert advice to maximize your profit. And here's a little cliffhanger for you: did you know there are other rare pennies that could be hiding in your collection right now? Some are even more valuable than the 1978 no mint mark penny. I'll share all the details in an upcoming video, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay in the loop. Your journey to uncovering hidden wealth starts now. Go through your change jars, check your old coin collections, and don't overlook those pennies in your wallet. The next life-changing treasure could be right in your hands. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll uncover even more rare and valuable coins. But what if I told you that penny could be worth $3.3 million? Yes, you heard that right, 1 cent transforming into millions. Sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, stay with me, because today we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1984 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and why it's creating such a buzz in the coin collecting world. The 1984 Lincoln penny, at first glance, seems ordinary, the kind you'd use to buy gum or toss into a wishing fountain. But in the world of numismatics, this penny is a game changer. What makes it so special? It's all about a rare error. Imagine this: a slight mistake at the minting press that went unnoticed for years, creating a coin so unique that collectors are willing to pay jaw-dropping amounts to own it. These are called double die errors, and the 1984 penny is one of the crown jewels in this category. Stick around to find out what makes this coin so valuable and how to tell if you might have one sitting in your home. Here's a wild thought: when was the last time you actually looked at the pennies in your pocket? You might be carrying a fortune and not even know it. Crazy, right? Now, back to the story. So, what exactly should you be looking for? The key to the 1984 penny's value lies in its double-die design. This means certain parts of the coin, like the lettering or Lincoln's profile, appear doubled, almost as if they're slightly shadowed. Specifically, look at the word liberty and the phrase, "In God we trust." If these letters appear doubled, you might be holding onto a gold mine. But here's the catch: not every 1984 penny with doubling is worth millions. Condition matters. Coins that are pristine, or uncirculated, as the experts say, fetch the highest prices. And then there's the no mint mark detail, which signifies it was minted in Philadelphia. If all these stars align, you've got a millionaire penny on your hands, but what's the current market looking like? Could your penny really sell for millions today? We'll get to that in just a moment, but first, let's explore how to ensure you're not overlooking other valuable pennies in your collection. Before we go on, let's address the elephant in the room. You're probably wondering, what if I've already spent one of these pennies on a vending machine snack? Don't worry, we've all been there. But there's still hope. Let's continue, now, for the moment you've been waiting for. In today's market, authenticated 1984 double-die pennies have sold for hundreds, thousands, and yes, even millions of dollars at auctions. The highest recorded sale? A staggering $3.3 million. That's enough to pay off debts, buy your dream home, or retire in luxury, all from a single penny. So, what should you do if you think you have one? First, inspect your coin closely under a magnifying glass. If you spot the telltale doubling, it's time to have it authenticated by a professional grading service. This step is crucial because collectors demand proof of authenticity before they'll shell out big bucks. Next, consider auctioning it through a reputable house to attract serious bidders, but here's the kicker, the 1984 penny isn't the only coin that could make you rich. In fact, there are other pennies hiding in plain sight, worth fortunes. Want to know which ones? Be sure to check out my next video, where I reveal the top 5 rare pennies that could change your life forever. Where every coin tells a story and might just hold the key to your financial freedom. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare it's been valued at up to $3 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that could change your life forever. You're rummaging through an old jar of pennies, maybe one that's been sitting in your attic for decades. Most of them look ordinary, but what if one of those coins is worth more than your house? How would it feel to realize you've been sitting on a fortune and didn't even know it? That's the power of rare coins, and today, we're spotlighting one of the most elusive and valuable pennies in U.S. history. The 1991 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a coin that has baffled collectors and sparked a treasure hunt across the nation. And here's the kicker, most people don't even know it exists. So, could you be one of the lucky few to own this million-dollar marvel? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to cash in if you find one. Let's start with the backstory. Mint marks are those tiny letters on coins that indicate where they were made. Most pennies from 1991 have a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But what happens when a coin is minted without a mark? It becomes an anomaly, a mistake that transforms into a collector's dream. The 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one such anomaly. Experts believe it's the result of a die error at the Philadelphia Mint, where coins typically don't have mint marks. But what makes this penny different is its rarity. Only a handful have been authenticated, making it one of the most sought-after coins in numismatic circles. Now, let's talk numbers, because that's what we're all here for. In pristine condition, this penny has fetched up to $3 million at auctions. Think about that for a moment, a coin that once bought a stick of gum could now buy you a mansion. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? But wait, before you go tearing apart your piggy bank, there are a few things you need to know. Condition is everything. Collectors look for coins with no scratches, no discoloration, and, ideally, a shiny, almost new appearance. Have you ever noticed how hard it is to keep a penny looking perfect? That's what makes finding one in excellent condition so incredibly rare. So, how can you identify a 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? First, grab a magnifying glass and examine the area just below the date on the coin. If there's no letter, you might have struck gold, or in this case, copper. Here's a pro tip, don't clean the coin. I know it's tempting to make it look shiny, but cleaning can significantly decrease its value. Instead, handle it carefully by the edges and store it in a protective case. Next, consult a reputable coin dealer or grading service to authenticate its value. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What if you don't have this penny? Don't worry, because rare coins come in many forms. Every jar of change is a potential treasure chest. And even if you don't find a $1 million penny today, you've taken the first step toward uncovering the hidden wealth in your possession. But here's the twist. What if I told you that there are other coins just as rare, if not rarer, lurking in your change right now? Coins that aren't even on most collectors' radars yet. In our next video, we'll reveal the top 5 coins you should start looking for immediately. Rare and valuable, it could change your life forever. What if I told you that a 1993 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be worth up to $2.5 million? Yes, you heard that right. A simple penny could make you a millionaire. But only if you know what to look for. Stick with me because in the next 10 minutes, I'll reveal exactly how to spot this rare gem and why the clock is ticking to cash in on its extraordinary value. Millions of pennies were minted that year, and for most people, they were nothing special. Pocket change, tossed into jars, forgotten in drawers. But among these seemingly ordinary coins, a tiny fraction was different. These rare coins lack a mint mark, a subtle anomaly that skyrockets their value. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal about a missing mint mark? Great question. The mint mark indicates where a coin was produced: Denver, Philadelphia, or San Francisco. For the 1993 penny, the absence of this mark wasn't supposed to happen. It's a mistake, a flaw, and in the world of coin collecting, flaws mean big money. Here's a fun thought. Imagine rummaging through your old piggy bank and finding one of these treasures. How would you react? Scream? Cry? Do a little happy dance in your kitchen? Let me know in the comments below because I'm genuinely curious. Now that you know what to look for, let's talk about why these pennies are worth so much. First, rarity is king. Collectors love items that are hard to find. A 1993 no-mint mark penny is an accidental masterpiece, a happy little accident in the eyes of numismatists, but there's more. It's not just about rarity, it's about condition. A pristine, uncirculated coin is like a unicorn in the coin world. These coins command astronomical prices because they're nearly impossible to find. The record for this type of penny? A jaw-dropping $2.5 million at auction. That's enough to buy a luxury home, travel the world, or retire comfortably. And here's a little secret most people don't know: the value of rare coins is rising. As more collectors enter the market, demand increases while supply dwindles. Translation: your old pennies could be appreciating in value as we speak. Excited yet? You should be. Okay, so you're ready to dive into your coin collection, but how do you identify this elusive penny? First, grab a magnifying glass or a good phone camera. Examine the penny carefully. On most coins, you'll see a tiny letter under the year. If there's no letter, bingo, you might have struck gold. Or rather, copper. But wait. Don't celebrate just yet. The next step is verifying its authenticity. Consult a professional coin appraiser or grading service to ensure you've got the real deal. This step is crucial because counterfeits exist, and you don't want to get scammed. Now comes the fun part: selling it. Rare coin auctions, online marketplaces, or specialized dealers are your best options. But here's the kicker: timing is everything. The market is hot right now, so don't sit on this opportunity. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this: what if that dusty jar of coins on your shelf is hiding a fortune? What if you've been walking past millions of dollars every single day without even knowing it? Now you know the secret behind the 1993 no-mint mark penny, a coin that could transform your life. But here's the thing: the only way to know is to look. So, go ahead, start digging through your coins. You never know what you might find. And hey, if you're excited about uncovering more hidden treasures in your spare change, hit the subscribe button and join our community. We've got plenty more secrets to share, and trust me, you don't want to miss them. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pennies bring you prosperity.